Welcome back to the Rising Sun. This time we're going to start off trying to get through the National Security Act. So I didn't get very many comments on what they thought about me going all the way down here and then over to here, but I decided on my own, not a good idea. So I'm going to go down to about probably maybe only to the longest day. I'm not for sure. Not for sure exactly how far, but I want to focus on here because I want to get the Tokyo conference started, and I also want to get kind of started on stuff like bringing the Philippines into the fold, pressuring Hawaii, doing stuff like that, so that way we're not just stagnating. I'm also going to go ahead and focus on this, so just in case we get stuck in a war, we have the ability to fight. So was it these guys we were supporting? It's been a while. Been a while since I recorded. For land use. Yeah, okay, that's them. So I'm assuming we'll be able to get more and more influence over them as it goes on. Weak Reichspakt is probably good for me. I want to go ahead and get civilian and military construction speed up. It's also important I get some naval dockyards going. I like to neglect that, I do admit, but this is one of those times where I think it's important that I don't. I go down here and I support war. The Nation Council removes Belgium. Influence China decisions. I kind of want to get that down to there too. Oh yeah, Navy feels neglected. Don't really care. Let's see. I think I want to do mobile warfare here again. Go ahead and upgrade the tanks that we're working on. Is the Philippines even... Okay, yeah, they're a puppet of America. Which means they won't be too much of a problem once the war picks up. So the National Security Act, real quick, let's read. I want the National... Failed to pass. Okay. The Notorious Peace Preservation Act was introduced in early 1924 by the Tanakana regime amidst the Red Scale following the Kanto anarchist uprising in September 1923 and a senseless assassination attempt on the then Crown Prince Hirohito in December of the same year. The act drastically limited civil rights and symbolized the draconian rule of General Tanakana. It was repealed when the regime was brought down by the constitutional restoration of 1926, but the Prime Minister Suzuki Kizaburo now wants to reintroduce the act, a bit heavily moderated, and rename the National Security Act. He has met strong opposition even within his own cabinet, and public opinion has dropped to a new low. But Suzuki believes its reintroduction is a necessary step to counter the rising tide of syndicalism, and he is not alone in the opinion. A cross-party parliamentary group led by Nakajima Chiko of the Riken Suyuka and Adachi Kenzo of the Monsanto has declared the act as the last bulwark of constitutional government and in favor of its passage. The House of Peers and the Privy Council are also in favor of the act. So we will lose 100 political power. That hurts. Also, Now that that's done, I can't go on here, so I'm gonna go. Can I not do the Rising Sun yet? Until 1937. At the very least, we'll spend 56 days on one naval dockyard. We do have to keep an eye on these guys, because I think at some point they'll try... Yeah, once Russia starts going into war, they'll try to gain independence, correct? Yeah, so... Is that. We gotta watch out for that. Also, I completely forgot to address this. I usually try to take as many puppets as possible. But somebody suggested, I'm sorry, I don't recall your name, that when I take places like the Philippines or Transamar or any other coastal area, that I just annex it directly because it, one, makes more sense, and I don't remember if he mentioned this or if I just thought this, but it makes the map look better. And I agree with that, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Now if I go like somehow get in a war with like Mongolia, I'll make them a puppet. There's no point in me annexing that directly. Ooh, I can where is this? I'm gonna start a war? The Galatian cities are vulnerable. We'll dispatch our troops. As the Westerners abandoned China in droves, our troops in the Legation Council were left stranded. The Germans are reported to be making aggressive moves to secure the city, and our leadership is urging us to do the same. We'll fan out across the city. I don't know the correct choices in these. I'm just kinda... Oh. Okay. Radio. We'll go ahead and get started on this, even though it's a little bit ahead of time. Government under fire. Whoa. The Legation cities collapse. Okay. Disturbing news has come from Shanghai of the total collapse of the World Legation Council. This news comes in the heels of early reports detailing how several unwise financial choices led to the... Okay, this wasn't caused by us. Okay. I'm not going to read all of it then. The coup successful. We lose 300 manpower. Government under fire. Unsurprisingly, failure to pass the National Security Act has created a backlash against the Prime Minister. Conservatives and bureaucrats who had backed the bill felt betrayed by Suzuki's backdown, and the House of Peers and Privy Council disappointed by the government's incapacity to produce any measures against nepotism, as well as their patience with the cabinet. His days are numbered. You guys are my tank. Oh, I think I need to create a, let's see, do I have another infantry? There. We will... Though of course we have admitted the mandate is still sovereign in Tunjuan, we can do in effect whatever we want to do with it. Some in order to expedite the war with the central government by our fainting hours proposed handing it over to them, while others wish to keep it for ourselves. I don't know. So the plan, the original plan, was to support warlord allies and try to take as much... You know what? So, fainting government, they're our allies, we could give it over to them, right? But we also control Port Arthur, right? So I don't think it'll be too bad to just retain it. I hope this doesn't make them hate us. No, it's still 200. Shanghai has been secured. Served us well, but now its time has passed. Oh, these guys are in our... Oh. They are now in our faction. I want to take a quick look. Because... we want to get these guys in our faction, right? As soon as possible. The fate of China. Well... okay. Oh, an emergency convention. Right? The ANI overthrows Italian government. That's done. Can we do the longest day? Okay, we'll just wait 4 days. The national populists are in control. Cool. Whoa, 1 more day. Sorry. Oh, the longest winter has to happen. I don't know when that event fires off. But anyways. Still can't do this. What do I want to do? I'll go ahead and do mobile research, I guess. Okay. I don't know why that keeps popping up and not letting me do it. Okay. Fate of China. Really? So now do we just hand that back over to him? I think my game might be a little bugged. Okay, yeah, we can go ahead and stop training with everyone. That's fine. I want to keep all of my stuff to now be focused on building more troops. Poland has joined the Reichspact. They have canceled their non-aggression pact with us. Okay, the resignation of Suzuki stunned the Rikensur, and an emergency convention was called. The bureaucratic Tokame faction, named after Tonakami Takajiro, chairman of the pro-Tonaka... I'm sorry, I can't pronounce anything. Let's see. Has been crippled by the loss of their leader, leaving the reactionary Nakajima faction to take control of the party. From his new post as Director of General Affairs, Nakajima enjoys decision-making power over the entire party, though has stopped short of crowning himself chairman and instead elected current Prime Minister and Tonakami aligned Mizunari Rento instead. Finally, some stability in politics. We finished that, and we're going to go straight into... got everything working on industry, which is good. Can I go to the longest... no. Longest winter isn't over yet? What do they want? We'll send the latest equipment. The left KMT looks like they're almost done. The quicker we can get this... I don't like sitting here on what feels like a useless focus just because it's better than nothing. Okay. Longest winter still not over. We'll focus on the rising sun. It's time for Japan to finally seize its place among the empires of the world. We will liberate the East from Western imperialism and settle the score with our rivals. The sun has risen. Yes, it has. And now it's over. Okay. It's fine. We'll do the rising sun. The political power gain is good. Now with the longest winter over, the game now starts to open up for us, which is nice. So I still don't know exactly what ideology will be. I'm assuming national populists. I'm not for sure. I'm pretty sure one of these is paternal autocrat, one's national populists, and one is... Oh, do we want to support them? We do not. They are not our allies, so we have no need for them. Legislate freedoms. Do I want to... Okay, that's just... Admiral Clark, the long-term leader of the Transformer state, has been overthrown and assassinated by members of his own general staff. This was used by democratic opposition to gain control of the state, effectively turning Transformer from military junta to democracy. How shall we react? Demand the restoration. Congratulate the new government. Demand the restoration, and we are going to get our troops over here, at least our infantry over there as quickly as possible. Transmore submits. Victor Peplov has decided to submit and kneel before us. Now there is an empty office of the governorship, and so we shall find a replacement. There are several available options. Sergei, right-hand man, is suppressed people, but his expression, his vision almost seems like a rugged admiral. So not him. So it then could be Sergei return home again. A content Cossack. He would be unlikely to cause serious problems. There's also potentially the choice of General Yui Mitsui, who was once in command of the Japanese Expeditionary Corps in the Russian Civil War, an old man deserving of proper retirement. Roland Hansbauer would be a good fit for him. Still, several liberal ministers suggest that we should turn a new democratic regime and Transmore instead. Why would we establish a democratic regime? I don't know. Which one? Yeah, this guy. Increased Japanese influence, which is very good. Oh, Second American Civil War kind of jumped out. United States in disarray. Yeah, we're going to take as much as we can. We are Are we trying? We will be taking these stuffs from the Pacific states. We will not be taking a side in the Civil War, but and get more oil being produced. Conscription crisis in Quebec. Would like to get Hawaii on our side, and then maybe even the Pacific States of America, if possible. Democracy prevails in the Philippines. I want to spend this. Let's spend it on. Armor. Guys can go there. And then. Guys can go there. And that'll just hold the line. There's a lot of stuff that belongs to Germany, East Asia up here. A lot of stuff. I always kind of thought of them just being down here, but no, they control quite a bit of stuff. Will hopefully become ours in due time. Construction done. We can go ahead and upgrade our artillery. The rising sun is done, and I'll focus on the longest day. Japan announces her ambitions. Though the situation in Japan has been critical ever since the peace with honor, with numerous economic crises, unrest, and ineffective response to German interventions in China, leading to the collapse of the autocratic Kamakana regime, the empire of the rising... Sorry, I'm trying to read this while going, so we're not wasting time, but you know. The empire of the rising sun has managed to bounce back a bit, only a regional power with its influence limited to East Asia. However, the Japanese seem to be determined to put this weakness to rest and have now announced their ambitions of seizing their place among the great powers once again, by force if necessary. Germany, with its own sphere in Asia, is unlikely to receive this news warmly. Get more resource gain efficiency. Sure. I just have to do this. Maybe if I do it a few times, I'll make it stop. I'll try it one more time. It didn't help. I saw a faction being formed down here. Not us. Not any things that we're a part of. Now, if like the inking clique or the fainting government was trying to form that, that would be a problem. Creation of the International Avant-Garde. In a civil war, we'll commit resources. Still no more research. We'll get signal companies. And just like that, the longest day is over. For 10 years of political disgrace, the army has taken power again, this time by coup d'etat. Ultra-conservative politician Baron Torturo is now prime minister, and oh my god, that's all the notifications. Is now prime minister, and a state of martial law has been enacted across all of the greater Japanese empire. Internal autocracy has went up 50%. Showa restoration. King begins reconstruction. The power struggle, will this ever end? You lose 25 political power. By the way, despite the fact that I am going to be like annexing the Philippines and stuff, I'm still holding on to my original plan of supporting the warlords. I'm fine with not controlling everything myself, just stuff like the Philippines, Vietnam, stuff like that. There's no reason for me not to directly annex it. Do I want to send in the army? We'll see. Being left out of key government to administrative position of the new Japanese government, the restoration faction of the army is disgruntled and is planning another coup. If they are to gain another support the empire, they are likely to succeed. Gonna get some sort of event, I'm assuming. Earlier today, restorationist junior officers from units in the Tokyo area have staged a new coup d'etat in the early morning. 1,400 officers and enlisted soldiers embarked on a mission to seize control of key communications and administrative facilities. The Army Ministry, the General Staff Office, the Metropolitan Police Headquarters, and the Prime Minister's office residence. The Imperial Diet buildings were all quickly captured. The Imperial Palace went under siege. In the afternoon, the Emperor himself addressed the soldiers, announcing his official support for the revolution. The coup is successful. And just like that, we became National Populist. Cool. And now we will start supporting the, do I want to start supporting the... Let's see. I think I want to go through Imperial... Yeah, through Imperial power, and then I'll move back over. A new system movement. More political power. I want to go for something different than what I normally go with. Armored Spearhead. That looks good. Let's see, and we'll go ahead and get delay. The first convention, I'll pause it and let you guys read that if you want, but that's going to take a while. But we get 50 political power. And actually, I just ran out of time. So please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Next episode, we'll finish this up and we'll get to the fun part, like supporting warlords, going after the Philippines, doing the Osaka Economic Bureau, which lets us get. Well, you remember what happened, for those of you who watched it, the Princely Federations, whenever I was playing them, and I got more and more Japanese influence, and it started to worry me. I'll be like that, except we'll be the ones doing it to people. So that sounds fun. And that'll start next episode. So, see you then.